Hey, welcome to the YouTube channel for the Renaissance English History Podcast. If you're new here, welcome. Again, I've been podcasting on Tudor England since 2009. And on this channel, I post all of my episodes. I post our episodes where we watch the Tudors and break down what was real and what wasn't, as well as some silly things, meme videos, and just silly content and stuff that's shorter that might not make it into a whole episode. So that's what today's video is. Today is 420. And I thought, every 420, I think about, well, did the Tudors celebrate 420? I mean, did the Tudors smoke pot? That is today's burning question, because there is some interesting and intriguing evidence to show that they actually might have. So before we get started, just a reminder to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you don't already, so that you never miss a video, and give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it. It helps us grow, it helps us reach more people, and we really appreciate it. All right, so to better understand the likelihood of cannabis use during the Elizabethan era, we first need to explore the historical context. So cannabis, or hemp, was actually cultivated in England at the time, but primarily for its industrial uses, such as making ropes, sails, and textiles. While there is evidence that the medicinal properties of cannabis were known in other parts of the world, its psychoactive effects were not widely recognized in England during the 16th century. There is a Shakespeare connection, though. The idea that Shakespeare smoked pot gained traction in a 2001 study led by South African anthropologist Francis Thackeray. Thackeray and his team analyzed residues found in 17th century clay pipes that were found in Shakespeare's garden in Stratford-upon-Avon. And guess what they found? They found traces of cannabis along with other substances, suggesting that the bard may have been familiar with the plant's psychoactive effects. However, of course, it's important to note that this evidence is circumstantial and doesn't provide definitive proof that Shakespeare himself smoked. I feel like I say this a lot on this channel. There's no definitive proof, but of course, it's not like people were going to write it down, right? So, there were pipes. They had cannabis in. They were in his garden. I don't know. Make of that what you will. Some literary scholars have pointed to certain passages in Shakespeare's works as potential references to cannabis use. For example, in Sonnet 76, Shakespeare writes about invention in a noted weed, which some have interpreted as an allusion to marijuana. However, of course, that's speculative. Weed could refer to many things, many plants, even perhaps clothing. I don't know. There's no concrete evidence. Again, they might not have even called it weed. However, again, an interesting little data point. So while there isn't substantial evidence to suggest widespread cannabis use among the Elizabethans, it is also possible that some individuals experimented with the plant's psychoactive properties. John Gerard was a 16th century herbalist, and he wrote about the medicinal properties of hemp in his Herbal that he published, or that he wrote. He didn't mention its psychoactive effects, though, just the medicinal properties. Given the limited knowledge of cannabis at the time, it's likely that if any Elizabethans did partake in smoking pot, it would have been a rare and experimental activity rather than common practice. So, did the Elizabethans and Shakespeare smoke pot? There's some intriguing evidence to suggest that cannabis was known and possibly experimented with during the 16th century, but there isn't enough concrete proof to definitively say that Shakespeare was high when he wrote Hamlet. However, that was an interesting thought experiment, and it made me want to think what Hamlet would have been like had Shakespeare been high when he wrote it. So I was imagining, to be or not to be? Like, what is the question? Is it nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of trouble and just chill out? We have fun here. We have fun. I think that is all I have to say for today. I'm going to leave it there. Leave a comment and let me know what you think. If you celebrate 420, happy 420. I myself do not. but I will celebrate with you in spirit. And I've got some other videos coming up that are not as silly as this one. So if you want to stay tuned for that, make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the videos that we put out. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You have an awesome day, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye.